Ladies and gentlemen, the stock market has staged an insanely high rally, and I think it's important for us to walk through what has happened and what has caused it to happen, and will it continue to go on, or this is just a relief rally? And I think it's important for me to give you what I think we should do moving forward, especially the crash buyers. So indeed, yesterday night, there was an insane bull run that continued today. And first of all, I just like to congratulate to all the crash buyers. You have made money. And I think the AI sell-off has suddenly reversed and violently reversed. And right now, the global market is exploding upwards, especially for the AI stocks and high-tech stocks. I think today I'm going to walk you through what has happened, and let's go on. So right now, we all started when yesterday night, the Nasdaq went up by a phenomenal 3.4%. And that's one of the biggest rallies since May 2025. And as a result, today, the spillover effect went over to the KOSPI, and the Korean index went up by a frightening 17.9% in one day. And this is unprecedented, never seen before. The Nikkei also went up by 4% as all the Japanese AI stock went up. The Taiwanese index also surged by 8%. So this is a broad-based global mad bull run in one day. So of course, everybody asks, is this going to be the start of a massive bull run, or is it just a relief rally? So congratulations to all the crash buyers. You have captured the AI stock crash right at the bottom. And right now, the market is rebounding. And this is what I call a flash crash. It's a lightning crash that gone down and up very quickly. This time around, it's a turnaround of about 2 to 3 days, the crash. And later, I'll tell you whether I think you will be coming back. But I think this is clearly illustration that if you're not ready for it, not trained for it, you won't be able to execute it. So what happened overnight? Well, it actually started from Microsoft. Let's not forget Microsoft stock has crashed terribly. And suddenly Microsoft came out with a good earnings. And suddenly that ignited the entire AI market to go up. And the Nasdaq went skyrocketing and led the whole market to go up. Now the Asian market is following what is happening to the Nasdaq. So it is a US-led bull run that spilled over to Asia. Now let's talk about South Korea, which is the most crazy and insane speculative market. South Korea has crashed 40% since the peak. And today, wow, two stocks. All you need is just these two stocks, which is Samsung Electronics, which took care of the world's largest DRAM, other memory chips. It has driven up phenomenally, and SK Hynix as well, another memory maker. So the KOSPI index went up by 18% in one day, 18% for an index. Imagine the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq going up by 18%. That would be ridiculous. The SK Hynix went up by 30% in one day, and the Samsung went up by 27% one day. This is unprecedented, unheard of. It's never happened before. This panic buying, okay, after panic selling. That's really quite ridiculous. Well, the Japanese also went in crazy. The Japanese went up by 4%, which is quite high, and largely driven by the AI and semiconductor stock, which exploded upwards. In particular, SoftBank, Avantas, and Tokyo Electron. So Taiwan has rebounded strongly as well. The TAIEX went up by 8%, largely driven by TSMC, and the rebound is phenomenal. And that's basically bringing the entire AI supply chain all the way upwards. And that's pretty crazy. I think it's timely and important for us to realize that the whole AI stock market is largely driven by US. So when we see the Nasdaq goes up phenomenally, it will drive the rest of the AI stock across the world to go up as well. So we have now the Nasdaq going up phenomenally, and it drove all the other markets up. But when Korean crash, Japanese crash, Taiwan crash, it didn't quite hit the Nasdaq as bad. So really, it is a US-driven stock market. Frankly speaking, guys, I don't think we need to celebrate too early. And now I obviously take quite a big position in Nasdaq at a low. In fact, I caught it at the lowest. So, but I'm not celebrating. You know why? Because I don't think one of green erased the weeks of damage. And more importantly, I don't think this is a true recovery because I think those reasons that caused the stock market to fall is still there. So if we were to look at why did the stock market crash in the first place, have this problem that caused the stock market crash gone away? No. So the stock market crashed because of high yield in the bonds, and that is still high. And the inflationary pressure is still there. So I don't think that has gone away. The elevated, overblown AI valuations are still there. Even with all these crashes, it is still high. Geopolitical pressure that we have seen in Middle East, it is still there. They are still firing each other. The oil prices remain elevated. So, and of course, everybody is still wondering whether AI will return you the kind of returns that you're hoping for. So all these questions are still there. So I think this is just a knee-jerk reaction to the market up. So if you were to sit back and look at it, it's really driven by Microsoft alone. One stock drove the whole stock market up. So it's great, okay? But I won't take this as a confirmation that markets are recovering. So this is just an oversold market looking for good news, and a good news suddenly come. And of course, everybody jump onto it. So what should good investors like us do? Should we chase this stock market up? Well, I cannot tell you what you should do, but I'll tell you what I do. First of all, I don't like to chase. Okay, I don't panic, and I don't FOMO, fear of missing out. So I don't like to chase stock market rallies. FOMO is very powerful emotions, but once you FOMO and chase, then it goes down and you get into fear. Remember, fear and greed is is two sides of the same coin. If you have greed, you have fear. And I also don't panic if they crash again because I'm always looking for crashes. So when it crash, I'll just take another position. So I'll continue to crash buy as a crash appear, buy when there's a great Singapore sale or great US sale or great stock market sale. So I think that's what I would do. My personal view is this. I think it's very comforting to know that we caught at a good price. So we just wait for the rebound. But I think it's important for us to be very patient. And here I want to repeat again and again what Warren Buffett said. The stock market is a place where wealth is transferred from the impatient to the patient. If you're impatient, chances are your wealth will be transferred to the patient. So I don't think we need to be rushing the stock market to react. I still make the stand that whatever caused the correction to happen haven't disappeared. So I don't think we need to kanchong about it and react. So clearly, those people will say, "Oh, crash buying doesn't work" and things like that. Absolute nonsense. Right? Crashes do come. When they come, are you ready to take action on it? And I've taken action. Many of our classmates have seems to have taken action, and they're all very happy. They wrote to me and said thank you. I say there's nothing to thank you about, because I think that there will be more opportunities that we should take advantage of, which leads me to my second lesson, that I think there'll be sustained volatility, and that creates opportunity. If the market don't go down, then you don't get to buy things when they're cheap. And that's where I want to quote Warren Buffett again: be greedy when other people are fearful. And I don't need to quote the other part of the quotation, because right now is a market where people tend to be fearful. So I think we also need to remember that all this needs a lot of calm, a lot of emotional management, and of course, last thing, need a lot of preparation. So I need to always say this: you need to know what to buy, when to buy, how to buy, and with what do we use to buy. So all this requires some training. So do think about it, and I'll update you guys tonight in a live stream. Okay, so I'll see you tonight at around 11 p.m. Thank you, and I'll see you later.